Happy Tuesday. Okay, I have some transparency coming in hot with a couple tips that, we've talked about before. None of this is new, right? But maybe you need to hear it. So yesterday was Monday, and I shared with you guys that I was going to be doing kind of like a soft launch of the gut protocol, which if you're in my inbox because you want to get all the stuff for that, that's cool. I'm going to catch up today. You have plenty of time. And this is your journey. There's no official start date. There's no, it has to happen in this window. This is your life. And I want to give you the tools to just be the best, healthiest, happiest, sanest feeling version of yourself every day, right? So anyways, yesterday, great intentions, but there was a lot of emotional things that unfolded. Welcome to being human, right? And I got my kids donuts. Okay, so I shared on Insta stories, if you follow me, that I had a donut. But the truth is, I had 3. And I don't overly regret it because they tasted delicious. I don't normally eat donuts. I don't know what was happening. I took, what's her name? J Method, or the Job One girl. I took her advice about how a donut, I tried to take her advice. She said that a donut is like dating, okay? And so you have your first bite and it's good, it's really tasty, and then you kind of want to go back for a second bite, and then she said by the third bite it doesn't get better. Apparently she's not dating very good people, but I don't know if that's true or not because I've only dated Marshall. However, it's myself that I was good after the third bite, but let's be real, I wasn't even good after the third donut. If there had been more, I probably would have kept eating. So I shared that honestly this morning with Rachel and Carla and Brianna, and a couple of them had a similar story, right? Where they had a slippery situation and their emotions kind of took over and they wound up turning to food. And I think part of it is recognizing that, seeing how you're choosing to self-soothe and giving yourself grace around it, right? Like, I'm not gonna lie, there's some shame there. There's shame that I ate 3 donuts and I had half a glass of wine when I told you this one thing, and in my head, I'm like, why is it so challenging? Why is it so difficult? Like, get your shit together. I want to bitch slap myself. But then we talk about these things, right? And when you talk about things that you feel shame around, it kind of takes away some of its power. And it was so cool to hear my own words come boomerang back to me out of one of their mouths about how, today is a fresh start. We can dry erase this stuff off, and I don't have to make up for yesterday. I just need to take action today, do the next right thing. And a while ago I heard, I don't know who mentioned it, but breaking your day into quadrants. So if you have a really slippery morning, or you have maybe even half of your day is a total dumpster fire, that it's just a quadrant of your day, right? It's just half of your day. You can go ahead and start fresh in that third quarter, or the early afternoon, or the early evening. Like, you don't have to allow it to spiral and to create all this stuff, okay? So if that's where you're at, if this morning has been challenging, or if yesterday was a poop sandwich, I'm giving you permission to grab my hand and start fresh, okay? Yesterday doesn't define today. It just is what it is. And I just think it's something to be aware of, to acknowledge, to surrender, and move forward, okay? So this morning I got up and I was like, fresh start, whatever. And I put on a workout outfit and I just didn't feel good in it. So again, I took my own advice and I put on something that I just felt leaner in, okay? I am encouraging you, if you don't have any workout clothes that you feel good in, to edit that. I mean, you can get I get pants at Marshall's and Ross for like $4. Like, seriously, you could go to the Goodwill, you could go shop Old Navy's clearance and get something, like, even if it's 1 or 2 things that you feel good in. Because if you show up to your workout, whatever that is, if it's going for a walk or dancing in your living room or pushing play or riding your bike or swimming with your kids, if you feel good, if you fake it until you make it, it's so much easier to show up as that version of yourself that you want to be, versus like, I feel like a trash can, I feel like a swamp snail, everything sucks, I hate this, okay? So 2 ways I took my own advice today, right? I changed my outfit. If that means you put on some makeup or perfume or oils or whatever, then do that. Who cares? Like, if it makes you feel better when you show up to your workout, I'm telling you, you're gonna have a better experience, okay? And that's what this is all about. It's about keeping promises to yourself. It's about finding the momentum, and it's truly about stepping into who you want to be instead of waiting for her to show up. Like, you have to take daily action, and it's the small choices, it's the small things that will transform your entire journey. They're so easy to make these little deals with yourself and talk yourself out of, but I want you to remember today, I want you to hear my voice in your head, that it is the small, seemingly insignificant choices that can be the total game changers for you and your journey, right? Okay. So final thing, we talked about the dry erase board. We talked about, oh, I know. So then I pushed play, right? Rachel was on this morning, so we chit chat a little bit, and then I pushed play, and I had all the bad words. Sean T is trying to personally kill me. I don't know what I did to offend him, but he is trying to attack me, and I have done Transform 20 on multiple times, so I don't know if it's like post-COVID, like breath stuff, but it is really challenging. I am really struggling with it. So I started it, and I even took off a step. Like my normal step is just on the floor. I don't have any risers. And I was like, I can't do this. I'm going to come back to it. I didn't have any shame. I didn't have to like make a deal with myself. It was like, this doesn't feel right. So I'm going to honor that. And I'm going to move my body in a way that feels better. And so instead I did lift 4, and I actually didn't finish yesterday's lifting because I was in a hurry. I had to get, I had to drive to therapy. So I did 2 liftings, and then Carla got on, and then Brianna got on, and then we talked about some energy stuff, and then Brianna needed to do her workout, which she has an amazing thought process around it, that she's more about the showing up and the keeping the promise to herself, which I'm so proud of. I'm so excited that is the way she's showing up to her workout. So that means she just shows up and pushes play for 5 minutes or marches in place. That's still her choosing her. That's still you choosing you. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to look like anyone else's, because this is your journey. And some days it's going to be Shark Week, and some days you're going to be tired, and some days you're going to be recovering, and some days you're going to need your workout to be your therapy. And there's no wrong way to do it, but keeping the promise to yourself, making the promise, and then taking the daily action to keep it, you guys, is such a freaking game shifter. So I was like, I'm going to stay on because she's on, and I'm so freaking proud of her. And so I started Transform 20, and I did my workout, and I beat all my other Transformers. If you've never done that program, he has 3 moves in each workout, and you track them. And as the weeks go by, you want to at least meet them. I mean, sometimes my numbers haven't met each other. They haven't been as high because I've gone up a step or something different is happening, but I'm still proud of my journey. And I want you to be proud of your imperfectly perfect journey, because where you are today is exactly the place you need to be. And if you feel unhappy at where you're at, I want you to look for the ways that you are in fact winning. I want you to choose to honor your own promises to yourself. And then I want you to give yourself grace. If things have gotten off track or you're feeling really tired or worn out, I want you to honor that. But make the promise and then take the daily action, because you're already spending the mental energy thinking about it. You've already committed. You're already there. So why not collect the proof that you are in fact winning by taking the action? Okay. So that was today in a nutshell. And that is why I started my workout at 8 and it is now 11 o'clock. And I am just telling you about it, and my to-do list is exploding in my head, and I'm like, we have so much homeschool stuff, and I already have this like FOMO, I'm behind, but I'm going to check it before I wreck it, and I'm going to encourage you to do the same, because this was me putting on my oxygen mask. This was me choosing to be more holistic in how I showed up for myself, because when we do that, when we keep a promise, but when we also show up the way our body needs us to show up, it just makes for a much more enjoyable evolution, transformation, all the things, right? So I'm gonna get off here. Brianna is doing live energy practices on her page every day this week, so I'm not gonna do a live energy practice in here with you. I'm gonna go find her page and do it, and if she hasn't posted it yet, I'm gonna go ahead and do yesterday's, and I'm gonna share that in here. But follow her. You can follow her on Instagram. You can follow her on Facebook. I think she has a YouTube channel too. But Brianna's helped me a lot. I really, really love a daily energy practice. And I know a lot of you have done it with me in the past. So if it speaks to you, do it, right? It's just these tiny actions that form your own special recipe, right, at winning. So I'll be in my inbox later today once I get some homeschooling stuff done. But just keeping it real. I had 3 donuts yesterday. I don't need to do anything differently today other than wipe my slate clean, lead with some water, okay? It's okay. We're all brushing it off. If you feel shame about anything in your life, I am encouraging you to literally brush it off, crown pull it away, zip up your energy. I'm gonna do a hookup. There we go. And we're gonna just move forward with our life, okay? So I love you. I believe in you. I'm here if you need me. Go show up today, friends. This is your freaking one life. This is your journey. So find the ways to be proud in it.